Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Modeling League's Chaos Cup. It is the final game of regulation play before the quarterfinals, and one of the teams tonight will be duking it out to try to see where they place in the bracket. Tonight, we're gonna have the Blitzburg Steelers versus Dangerous Knights crew, JD Whitey versus Connor, Skaven versus Dark Elves. What a matchup this will be. We'll take a look at the standings before we take a look at these two teams. Galeshi, Boot Polish, and SP Beaver, welcome to the stream. Galeshi says, I'm here for the 8-goal win. I'm here because JD might lose by 7 today. It could happen. The most TDs that have ever been scored in the league so far, it's been 5, but it could happen. In Division A, here are the 4 teams that will be making the cut, perhaps, but almost certainly making the cut to the quarterfinals. In first place is BB Nuts Believe Broncos. They're a Nurgle team. They are 6-1-1. Oh, wait. I have this up. Yes, they will be making the cut as the second seed team. In second place, Ajax is the Fishy Fiends, a Chaos Renegades team. They are 5-1-2. They will be making the cut. Well, you know what? Let's talk about where the cuts are right now. So the Believe Broncos currently is second seed. The Fishy Fiends, they are the 4th seed, and the Gutterballs in 3rd place. El Dubrino's Orc team, they are 5-1-2. They are currently the 5th place seed in the quarterfinals, with the Blitzburg Steelers in 4th place in Division A. Currently, JD Whitey's Skaven team, they are 4-3-0. They are the only undefeated team in Division A so far, and they are currently the 6th place seed. If they draw tonight, they will bump up to 5th place, and if they win, they'll bump up into 3rd place. In Division B, Spire's Philosopher's Song will be making the cut as well. They're a Lizardman team. They are 4-2-2. Philosopher's Song, they are the 7th seed so far in the competition. And Conspicuous Disunion, coached by Chime, the 2nd place team here in Division B, has made the cut as well. They are a Necromantic Horror team. They are 2-6-0. They will be making the cut as the 8th place seed. And finally, in Division C, moves NC Snakes, a Dark Elf team. They are undefeated, 6-2-0. They are the number 1 seed, making the cut to the quarterfinals with Clypheus' Odin and Snuffle, a Norse team. They are 5-2-1. They are the 3rd place seed. So that means, as it stands right now, the NC Snakes will be duking it out. You know what? We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that at the end of the game. SP Beaver says, what happens? Here, I'll show you. What happens if JD Whitey loses by 8? If they lose by 7, then actually entanglements will make the cut. So if the Blitzburg Steelers lose tonight by 7 points, then they will not be making the cut, and Con Kills Entanglements, an Imperial Nobility team in Division C, will make the cut as well. All right, the home team tonight are the Blitzburg Steelers, coached by JD Whitey. They have 11 players on the roster. Terrible Towel, number 4, will not be playing in this game, out with an injury this week. That brings, with the Journeyman, that's going to bring their total TV up to 1,225,000 gold. They have the Rat Ogre, 2 Blitzers, all 4 Gutter Runners. I almost called them a Ghoul Runner. A Thrower and a number of linemen. 1 Apothecary, 5 Dedicated Fans, 3 rerolls. So you're saying there's a chance. There is a chance. They're going to be up against the Dangerous Knights crew, coached by Connor. Connor coming in with 7, 8, 9, 10 players on the roster, but unfortunately the runner injured this week will not be participating. Did I just say 10? 6, 7, 8, 9? Yes. So 9 players plus 2 Journeymen. That's 140k in Journeyman. That's going to bring their TV up to 1,080,000 gold. That's 145,000 gold in petty cash going to the Dangerous Knights crew this evening. 3 of the 4 Blitzers on this roster. They've lost the runner this week and a bunch of linemen. 1 Apothecary, 1 Dedicated Fan, 2 rerolls. How the 2 teams going to play tonight? We'll talk about the home team first. The Skaven team. They are very, very fast. These are 2 very agile teams, but the Dark Elf team, being elves, they have the agility advantage. This Skaven team has the speed advantage. 4 Gutter Runners at MA9, Edge 2. They all have dodge. They are an absolute nuisance on the pitch. 2 of them are blodgers. Hot Rod is one to watch out for this evening. The number 6 Gutter Runner here is a blodger with sidestep and has a big hand as well. That means that Hot Rod can scoot to the ball, can scoop up the ball, and can skedaddle with that ball. The big hands pickups are free from marks, so it doesn't matter who's marking the ball. Hot Rod will pick up that ball in a 2+. Blotch means only a pal knocks down Hot Rod, barring any skills. Sidestep means that Hot Rod can just keep moving toward the end zone or moving toward the ball or avoiding a scoop and skedaddle. That's right. or avoiding the chain blocks. So a very, very powerful piece on the field here tonight. Big Ben, of course, the thrower, is a PA 2+ with pass roll, with the pass skill, means he gets a free reroll on those passes. Has sure hands as well to get the free reroll on the pickup. Also has the block skill. That Rat Ogre has Mighty Blow and Frenzy, a very important piece as well. One of these linemen can be parked besides this Rat Ogre to make sure this Rat Ogre is activating every single turn. This is a very, very strong team, as denoted by the fact that the Blitzburg Steelers have all but guaranteed their place in the quarterfinals. But I think against this Dark Elf team, right, the Dark Elves are not brittle, right? They have their average AV, and by average we mean the mode. Their AV is a 9+ as opposed to this team's 8+. So this team probably doesn't want to go toe-to-toe with this Dark Elf team, especially with all those blitzers on the Dark Elf team. This team probably wants to sit back, stall by running away if stall is really is what JD Whitey's going to want to do at all, and then use that speed to their advantage. Just pick up that ball and go, go, go. Very, very, very easy to score with this team. They can score in one turn right now as it is with all 4 Ghoul Runners. That's something to watch out for as well. How the Dark Elves going to compete against this? Well, this Dark Elf team is very agile, and that's something they could certainly lean into. But I think they're the bashy team in this matchup. 4 blitzers on the roster here, so you can see he picked up an extra blitzer here by spending money. I think that's a good call. Spent 100K here with the blue. This isn't going to change the. This will change the petty cash. This is going to bring it to 185,000 gold, I believe. So we'll talk about what he can do with that in just a minute. But 4 blitzers, 1 with Frenzy. This is a great piece and one that Connor's really going to have to leverage because block plus Frenzy means he's getting a lot of dice against these fragile pieces. He wants to be knocking down these Skaven pieces. He wants to get that player advantage as quickly as possible. Not going to have the runner tonight. That will hinder this team a little bit. But with a couple of pieces with Frenzy, one of which it has the block skill, he even randomed into tackle and strip ball. These are great skills to random into with these linemen. Needs to leverage these skills, needs to go in and start knocking down Skaven pieces. Hunting the gutter runners where it makes sense, but not overextending, because it's very easy to say, oh, I've got a block on a gutter runner, but it's 7 spaces away. Let me move a piece 7 spaces down pitch, try to get that gutter runner out. Oh, I didn't knock him down, or even if I did knock him down, now oh boy, now I'm way out of position. So he'll need to be a little bit careful with his positioning here, not overextend, but still needs to get those marks to try to get these knockdowns, to get those those removals on the pitch. AV8 versus AV9 is a big difference. It's a lot bigger than it seems. And so Connor needs to lean into that bashy game a bit and keep the Skaven team from being able to field 11 players every drive. On this first drive, the Skaven team will be on offense. That means that the Dangerous Knights crew needs to screen out the pitch. They're currently giving up the sidelines. They need to screen out this pitch because if a Skaven piece, especially these gutter runners, if they get past them, it might be it. That might be a touchdown. AV9 means with 2 rushes, they just need 2 spaces across the line of scrimmage to be in scoring position. All right, rainy weather here for the Steelers. You know who doesn't mind? Hot Rod doesn't mind. Hot Rod currently back to receive with that big hand. So you can see it's a -1 for all the catchy type stuff, catching, picking up the ball, or intercepting or pass interference. It's a -1 to all 3 of those. Again, Hot Rod doesn't mind so much. Moob says that Witch Elf might get surfed. The Witch Elf over here is the number 8 Witch Elf over in the right wide zone. Walkland Nightmare. Here's the kick. Very deep kick. Dangerous Knights crew is going to earn an extra reroll. They really, really wanted that reroll. They then had 2. Now they're up to 3. That's the sweet spot. It will be a touchback, however, and ball is going to be put into the hands of DK Run Fast over in the right wide zone. Turn 1 underway here in this final game of regulation in the Chaos Cup. Moves the ball over to the left side of the pitch here in protection from these 3 gutter runners. Armor break on the line. Gets a KO. That's a one-man player advantage now for the Skaven team. BB Nut, welcome to the stream. BB Nut, Moob, Galeshi, Eridus, James Like Snacks, SP Beaver, and Boo Polish, welcome all to the stream. 2-die block on the right defensive end. Gets a knockdown here due to tackle. No armor break. Now a 3-die block with the Rat Ogre. Gets a knockdown here. Remember that Rat Ogre has Mighty Blow. So this 9+ turns into an 8+. Now repositioning the center for the 2-die blitz into double skulls against Matthias Sneak. Spends the reroll, gets a push out of this. Took the blitz with that thrower. Did not want to risk that thrower being removed from the pitch. Had to spend the reroll there. Moves the thrower back into safety behind the offensive line. .52 seconds to go in the first turn of this game. Repositioning pieces. That'll be the turn. Turn 1 now for the Dangerous Knights crew. Dangerous Knights crew with a 3+ dodge away from that Rat Ogre. That Rat Ogre has a prehensile tail. That means the dodge is normally an edge roll minus any marks you're dodging into. That would have been a 2+ dodge roll for the lineman if it weren't for that prehensile tail. Standing up player on the right side of the pitch here. Action order a little out of order there, I would say. If the player that wants to stand up is just going to stay in place, the stand up is a free action rather than that 3+ dodge. But that's all right. Here's the blitz by the Witch Elf against Psycho. The number 5 gutter runner gets a push out of this. Frenzy follow-up. 2-die frenzy follow-up. Just a dodge push out of this. And now a mark on the ball. Has to follow up due to frenzy. Is it going to be a GF, or not a GFI, a rush away to avoid the block coming back against the Witch Elf? Very important piece here that went in for the knockdown, tried to hunt the gutter runner. This gutter runner has blodge, means only the PAL's going to knock down this gutter runner. This tackle piece, that's why this tackle lineman, the right defensive end here, is so important in this matchup, I think. That tackle can negate dodge that's on all these gutter runners. BB Nut says, does having the best regular season record do much for playoffs? Yes, it's how teams are seeded. So if you take all the teams that made the cut, you just kind of throw them into one pretend division and rank them. That's the seeding. So as it stands, here's the 2-die back against the Witch Elf. Gets a dodge push out of this. As it stands, the number 1 seed is the NC Snakes, followed by the Believe Broncos. They're the number 2 seed. Odin Snuffles, the number 3 seed. The Fishy Fiends are number 4. The Gutterballs are number 5. The Steelers up tonight are number 6. If they draw, they move up into 5th. If they win, they move up into 3rd. Philosopher's Song is 7th, and Conspicuous Disunion is 8th. The brackets set up like I'm going to call it a normal bracket, but the first seed will face 8th seed. Then 4th seed will face 5th seed, 3rd seed will face 6th seed, and 2nd seed will face 7th seed, in that order from top to bottom. Gets the knockdown on the Witch Elf, but the Witch Elf stays on the pitch. Now a tight cage forming around DK Run Fast, the number 7 gutter runner on the Steelers' own 10-yard line. Failed the Animal Savagery roll here and knocks out Mean Joe Green. Hoping this 2-die block works out. Oh, it's a both down result. Gets a stun off the trade. So failed that Failed the animal savagery roll there. Had a friendly next door to beat up to be able to activate. If he didn't have a friendly piece, he would have not been able to activate. But with the friendly piece, he was able to take the block. Block didn't work out so well, though. It resulted in a both down result. Only in the Blood Bowl are seeds. It's random seeding, and that's just because there shouldn't be an advantage for winning one competition over another. BB says, I believe. Dangerous Knights Crew continuing to apply pressure here. He needs to be a little bit careful. Remember, he's up against a very, very fast team. Perhaps the fastest team in the game of Blood Bowl. These 4 gutter runners at an MA of 9. Not just the gutter runners as well, but the slowest, I think everyone, maybe one guy. Nope. Everyone's at MA 7 at least. Dangerous Knights Crew repositioning their defense here to try to screen out the Skaven. Now the blitz on the right side. 1 die blitz against the loner. Gets a push out of this. Took that with a player with the block seal. Not that risky. But the question then becomes, if this die roll didn't work out, is there a gap in my defense? And I think the answer would have been yes. But gets a push out of this and now pushing the journeyman off toward the sideline. So I've had this adventure for glasses, for eyeglasses. I bought a new pair of glasses in September, I think, and I got them online via my insurance. Long story short, the lenses are wrong. Like, I cannot see out of them. So fast forward to last month. So I see the eye doctor every 6 months because I have a family history of glaucoma. My eyes are fine. I don't have glaucoma, but you want to keep up on it and keep it checked, right? So while I was there, I was like, hey, can I get my prescription updated? Because I want to get new lenses. Well, no, I couldn't because the reason I was there was for a medical reason. And in order to get my prescription updated, I needed to be there for a vision reason. So, okay. So then I had to schedule a new appointment, which was a month later, which was today. It took hours. It was 3 hours. Not that I blame anybody in the office necessarily, but I do blame the people who run the company. But I got my prescription updated, and then I went to the dispensary where the optician was, and he did all his work and was super nice. But then it's going to be another 2 weeks. It's going to be another 2 weeks before I get my new lenses. And the lenses. Now, I will preface this. I didn't pay anything myself, depending on how you would mean that. But I paid nothing. But the cost of the lenses, just the lenses, not the frames, just the lenses, pre-insurance, was $800. Get out of town. You've got to be kidding me. Unreal. Unreal. Turn 3 now for Dangerous Knights Crew. Skaven team has the ball on the opposing 6-yard line in the left wide zone now. Pretty sure nothing has changed in the many, many moons that I knew this information, but I'm pretty sure there's still only one company that does lenses, and it's Luxottica. Hence the obscene prices for glasses and lenses and things. I think I just lost my Luxottica My Luxottica sponsorship. 25 seconds to go. Dangerous Night Screw needs to stay ahead of this ball. The ball currently in scoring position, even from here. Remember, just 2 spaces is what a gutter runner needs to score. Dangerous Night Screw. That's when you schedule a medical appointment. 2-9 blitz against Big Ben. Gets the knockdown here, looking for an 8+. Got the armor break. Gets a stun out of it. Still has some movement left with, stays in place, and now takes a mark on the ball carrier with the number 2 blitzer. So this blitzer will be eating 2 dice coming back. Strike the 3 +1/+1. That's 5v3. That's 2 dice coming back on the blitzer. Pulls in the assist there to try to stop that from happening. Turn 4 now for the Steelers. As it stands, it's a 2+ dodge to a 2+ rush to score. 2-die block with the assist from Fast Willie will knock down the number 2 blitzer. And now the block on Constance breaks armor. Gets a stun out of this. Constance, the frenzy blitzer, clears the ball carrier. Is it going to be a score? Two-die blitz hunting the number 8 Witch Elf. Gets the POW. Well done. Needs an 8+ to break armor. Big removal. Just gets a stun. Doesn't reposition the blitzer. Is it going to score on the rush? Well done. 1-0 the score. The Steelers take the lead. So long as the Steelers don't lose by 7, they will advance to the quarterfinals. Is it me? Has the rain gotten worse? So I think that's 10v10. No? 4, 7, 10. 5, 9, 10. 10v10 on the pitch. I'm very excited. So I've been playing Assassin's Creed like crazy. I am of an age where I played Assassin's Creed for so long on Sunday that I believe I've genuinely given myself tendonitis in my thumb. My thumb hurts. And it is clearly from playing video games. But I'm also excited to start. There's a remaster of these Sega CD RPGs called Lunar that I loved a lot. I replayed them when they came out on PlayStation 1 many moons ago, and they've remastered them again. They're very simple. They're very simple JRPGs, but I just love them so much. I can't be sitting in shrimp mode that long at our age. That is very true, Nerf Zero. Very, very true. Welcome to the stream. Here's the kick. Deep kick on the blitz. Wow, might be a touchback, but we're going to see where 6 players, and it can be absolutely anyone, is going to go here on the defense. Rolled a 3 on the D3, got all 6. Nobody is marked. Here's the blitz against Boss Lady. Gets a push out of this. Oh boy, here come the Skaven, the Vermintide. Terrible towel number 3, applying pressure on the ball. This could be a touchback, however, which means that the dangerous Knights... The bust knocks out Fast Willie on the repositioning here. Dangerous Knights crew might position this ball ahead of these linemen. No, the ball's going to stay in play. It was a 5 and 8 chance that the ball stayed in play, and indeed it did. Turn 4 now for the Dangerous Knights crew. It's the final turn of the first quarter. Move says the Red Ogre already has 2 removals in 4 turns. Putting in work just against the against the wrong team. A bunch of stuff comes out on Thursday. Switch 2 pre-orders start on Thursday. Hopefully I can get it online. Hopefully I get an email from Nintendo. I don't want to have to like go to a store. I'm too old for that. Rushes to take a mark in front of Terrible Towel 3 here. Galeshi says, "What's your Switch 2 interest? Like, what games do I want? Nothing. Yeah, I don't. All I want are upgraded versions. Honestly, all I'm looking for are upgraded versions of the Xenoblade games. I'm hoping for that, and I know I'll still have to pay for them, unfortunately, but so be it. I want the Switch 2. I want a Pro controller. I want the GameCube controller." And I want upgraded versions of Xenoblade, of the 4 Xenoblade games. Xenoblade Chronicles X just came out, and it's great, but the frame rate bothers me. I really want 60 frames per second out of it. So hopefully I'll get that on the Switch too. Lots of marks taken by the Dangerous Knight crew. They're pulling everybody back to engage on their side of the pitch, but this could be dangerous. I would have just... Well, it doesn't matter what I would do. 2+ pickup. Sorry, 3+ pickup on the ball. Fails the ball pickup. And that's a turnover with the ball sitting in the end zone. Second quarter begins for the Steelers. Would have been a 2+ pickup, but it's in the rain. It's a 3+ pickup. Failed the pickup. Tizzle Bizzle and Trip Tango, welcome to the stream. Welcome to Ava Complains About the Price of Glasses. Good 2+ dodge to take a mark on Terrible Towel 2, the second. Oh, that's his player. He took the mark on... Oh, man, here we go. He took the mark on Hugatloa, the favorite of the Horn Rat. Yeah, Gutter Runner's super duper fast with that MA of 9. Doesn't have a lane to move through yet. Has the assist against number 11. It's currently a 1-die block against number 11. .32 seconds to go in turn number 5 for the Steelers. Yeah, I very much love the Xeno, the Xeno. I can't call it the Xeno Saga. The Xeno series. Xenogears, the Xeno Saga games, and Xenoblade. I adore them. Xenogears is one of my favorite RPGs ever. 2-die block on number 11. Got the knockdown. And now here's the blitz. Gets the knockdown. Dude, a block. Well done. Two-die block. Back at the line of scrimmage by the Rat Ogre. Armor break gets the KO. Kaleshi asks, anyone here doing blueprints? I am not. Although I know a number of people who are. Steelers back on the bonus clock. 7 minutes, 14 seconds remain. Turn 5 now for the Dangerous Night Screw. Cobblestorm, welcome to the stream. Cobblestorm says, boo, didn't take the 1 die, 3+ 1 die to surf a witch. I thought he was going to. I thought he was going to. I didn't want to give away the game. So now the Dangerous Night Screw retreating toward the ball here means they have to engage in a very dangerous position. Nobody on the roster has sure hands either, so all of these ball pickups in the pouring rain are a -1. Repositions Chuck Gazette Cutthroat, the number 2 blitzer, toward the ball, but not moving too far. 3+ pickup, just going for it. Has picked up the ball. Moves the ball into what looks like it's going to be a cage here, but needs to block down Terrible Towel 3. Does that mean we're going to see a blitz against Terrible Towel 3? Maybe with sneak blitzes and then repositions on the cage. But this is not a safe cage. If that back corner is not covered, this is a very fast team. 2-die block back at the line of scrimmage. Gets the knockdown, no armor break. Ball currently in the hands of the number 8 Witch Elf. This Witch Elf does not have block, only has dodge. Takes the 2-die block here. Not going to spend the blitz on this. Oh! Took it with Terrible Towel 3. Alright, so Terrible Towel 3 is going to stay in place. The number 6 lineman still marked. Good 2+ dodge to fill in the front right corner here with the number 5 Journeyman. Dangerous Night Screw now on the bonus clock with 5 minutes, 38 seconds remaining. Still have 1 reroll left for the half. Failed 3+ dodge here. Remember, this prehensile tail makes the dodges a +1. Spends the final reroll on the blitz. 2-die blitz against Hot Rod. Got the pal. Needs an 8+. Needed the pal to knock this player down. No armor break, unfortunately, and didn't follow up either. We'll reposition the blitzer, I wager. Trip Tango says this cage has some gaps. It does. Four minutes, 50 seconds to go here for the Dangerous Night Screw. Repositions way out into the left wide zone here, so has a big lane right here to move players through. 2-die block against number 10 over in the right wide zone. Gets the knockdown, no armor break. That's the tackle player. That tackle player, in my opinion, that should be a player that you're looking to block with that tackle skill against the gutter runners anyway. That'll negate that dodge skill. Some of these gutter runners only have dodge. You negate the dodge skill, they have nothing left to keep themselves safe, and they have an 8+. There's that dodgy, fast gutter runner getting into the back left corner of the cage. Gets a mark on the ball carrier now. 2-die block against number 6. Gets a pal. This is the front right corner of the cage. He's going to get knocked to the ground. 2 marks on the ball carrier now. Herodis says with the application of leverage, that cage Cage's door will come off its hinges. Something I find really cool. Well, we'll see what happens here. Oh, failed the dodge on the 2+. Re-rolled it with the dodge skill. There's the block on the Witch Elf. Spends the re-roll looking for the knockdown. Doesn't get it. The number 8 Witch Elf is going to remain on her feet. Steelers down to 1 re-roll for the half. Got a dodge push on the first re-roll, or on the first roll. Spent a team re-roll to try to get the knockdown, but only got a push out of it. Turn 6 now for the Dangerous Knights crew. They're down a touchdown, looking to get on the board here. So something I find very cool. We've talked about how Connor's brand new to the game, which I, of course, find very, very cool. But especially up against like so many killers, right? Connor new to the game, and then rolls into Division A, where 4 of the 8 quarterfinalists are. But that's not what I want to talk about. This right here, Connor not playing on Steam, which I think is just so awesome. I love how there are various different ways to get people to play Blood Bowl, right? Whether that's tabletop, whether that's this, on PC, on Xbox, on PlayStation. That's so great. I love seeing this this little icon here. It's like, oh, someone got into Blood Bowl playing through a different avenue. That's awesome. Fun fact, we actually had to reset the league to support this was before Connor started playing, but we had to reset the league to support crossplay, because when crossplay was enabled, there was something with the leagues. This was before the admin tools, and there was no way to like make an existing league support crossplay, so we had to redo the league. But I'm glad we did. Turn 7 now for the Blitzburg Steelers. T-die block on the Witch Elf. Got the PAL this time. Looking for an 8+. It's not a lot. Got the armor break. Got the removal. Very well done by JD Whitey. So the Oppo was spent. Oppo was spent to keep the Witch Elf on the pitch. So that Oppo spent. I'm not... That guarantees the Witch Elf will be in on the next drive. Otherwise, it would have been a 4+. But you might be rolling that 4+ right now. Good 2+ pickup. Not going to try to score this turn. James Like Snack says, very kind of you to accommodate the console players. I still can't imagine playing this game with a controller, but I'm glad people can. Yeah, I like, for sure. I want everyone to play. Yeah, I mean, I have my preferred way to play too, and I find it hard to imagine me playing it a different way. But you know, there was a time, right, when Halo came out. Everyone who was a first-person shooter player was like, "There's no way you can play with a controller. That's stupid. Forget that." But now people play with a controller all the time. So I'm very much in favor of giving people as many options as possible. There's a lot of engineering that goes into that. In fact, it's not like a direct, like if your controller worked the way your mouse did, you would never use it for like a first-person shooter. There's a lot of sort of design work that goes into that with acceleration and deceleration and stuff. Minute 22 and turn 7 for the Dangerous Knights crew. So far, they're down by just a touchdown. Can they recover this ball here and try to get on the board? If they're going to try to get on the board, they got to get in scoring position on this turn. I think that means only number 11 can do it. Let's see, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, just shy. Just shy. Nobody's going to be able to do it. Nerf Serious says people do be hating change. Yes. Yeah. Yes, they do. Alicia says, when using my hand was agony up around April last year, I was looking for ways to do games like this with some sort of alternate control scheme. Sometimes it's an accessibility jam. Absolutely. So I have a buddy of mine who is has limited, my buddy's son has limited use of his left hand and absolutely loves fighting games and loves classic fighting games at that, which often have very tight execution windows. And so he will play with his right hand. And he can execute... Wow, man! Get him out of here! Peasy! Who do you think you are? Got that, failed the dodge. Got the removal here. Well done. Turn 8 out now for the Steelers. They will almost certainly score on this turn. Unless something goes horrifically wrong. But anyway, my buddy's son has limited use of his left hand. But loves these games. And so I would, especially when he was younger, I would train him, quote unquote. We'd play fighting games together, and I'd teach him how to play. And he can execute fireballs and dragon punches, no problem, with one hand. It is sick. It's so cool. 2-0, the Steelers increase their lead in this game. Very well done by J.D. Whitey. Dangerous Night Screw will have the ball to start the second half of this game. Oh, there's a turn left. There's a turn left. Maybe it's a timeout. I have seen the Ergo box. I don't know much about it other than what it looks like. Boy, I have trouble. I have trouble with a hitbox. I think that's mostly just because I'm too old to learn a new control. But boy, I don't know how the Ergo box works. I mean, I understand how it works, but it seems very foreign to me. So the Dangerous Night Screw seems to be set up on defense here by accident. That's okay. I've done that a million times. Not going to get the timeout here. They're not going to be able to score, but they might be able to get some SPP. Good catch off. Oh, that's it. Just ends the turn. It's a 2-0. That'll be the end of the turn. Dangerous Night Screw will have the ball on offense to start the second half. Yeah, my buddy's son has a couple arcade machines, and it's very impressive. It's very impressive. I was so impressed one day. I just shot like a video of it and just shared it on then Twitter. This was many years ago to my friends in the FGC community, and it was awesome. It was great. Dangerous Night Screw setting up on offense, keeping the same formation here on offense. So very shallow kick here by the Steelers. They're going to try to recover this ball and score again, provided this ball stays on the pitch. Stays on this side of the pitch. That is, there's a 3 in 8 chance that this ball will bounce across the line of scrimmage, and that'll be a touchback. On the quick snap, 4 players get to reposition here. So the Steelers not marking these rats, but I think they would want to mark these rats, especially on offense. All three of these blitzers on the line, I think that's a good decision. But have them go toe-to-toe with these linemen. You have the block skill, and these linemen are only AV8. Going first means you get the blocks first. You can block down these linemen, try to get those rats removed from the pitch, and start getting a player advantage. Turn 9 now for the Steelers. 10v10 on the pitch. What is happening right now? Why are the Steelers going first? I think something is super fishy here. Right? The Steelers were on offense to start, correct? Yeah, I think the Dark Elves probably clicked through their turn. Perhaps by accident. Yeah. All right, and so JD Whitey with no play either, giving the ball back, or giving the opportunity back to the Dangerous Knights crew here on turn 10. Yeah, so the Dangerous Knights crew did have that first turn. May have been a misclick. JD Whitey clicking through as well. And now the Dangerous Knights crew. Yeah, it looked to have been an error. That's unfortunate. It's happened to me. That's also happened to me plenty of times. Trip Tango says that's good sportsmanship. That is good sportsmanship. I want to be clear. JD Whitey's under no obligation to help, just to play. And so that is very kind of JD Whitey, of course. But I don't want anyone to feel pressured to have to not use an advantage that they have. You know what I mean? But yes, that was very sporting, and I do appreciate the sentiment. JD Whitey said on a 0-0 ball game, I'm taking that ball, but 2-0, I'll give him a turn. Fair enough. All right, 42 seconds to go here for the Dangerous Knights crew. Looks like they might be repositioning to try to get the blocks on the line. Nope, just setting up a protective cage around the ball, or a protective pocket around the ball first. So there's still a gap here that needs to be covered. This is very close to the line of scrimmage. So cage set up on the 6-yard line at center field here. Now the Dangerous Knights crew back on the bonus clock, trying to fill in the gap on the right side here. Still needs to go for the ball pickup. Looks like it's going to be in the hands of maybe Corned Beast. Well, it could be the Blitzer. So the Blitzer has the block skill that makes that player a little bit more resilient. Block is not just an offensive tool; it's also a defensive tool. It keeps you a little safer. Is going to get it in the hands of the frenzy player, the block player, but unfortunately, that's the other side of this equation. This Blitzer is a frenzy player, so you want to be leveraging frenzy in an offensive way. It's an offensive skill, and very much not a defensive skill, because when you're leveraging frenzy, if you're taking the block with that ball carrier, with that frenzy piece, you have to follow up. And often, you don't want your ball carrier following up. Rat Ogre comes in on the front left corner of the cage, takes a mark against Silorden the Ballista. Uh-oh. That's another removed elf. One-man player advantage for the Steelers. Once again, it's 10v9 on the pitch. Got the injury. Well done. It's 2 points. 2-star player points awarded for the casualty. Electric Span says, I believe entanglements have been mathematically eliminated. Yep. That's very true. They have indeed. I might argue statistically, they were eliminated at the beginning of the game. The TD diff was just too great. Dangerous Knights crew, feeling the pressure of these Skaven pieces. Connor probably just not aware. Connor playing the Stark Elf team has picked up on the greater strategic idea of not wanting to go toe-to-toe with the more bashier teams. But against the Skaven team, I would say the Dark Elf team is the bashier team and wants to take some more marks and wants to start bashing in some Skaven skulls. Rushes a player over across the left wide zone to the opposing 4-yard line. That's the rookie lineman, Sassenfrass Salamander. Hands off to number 11. Fails the catch. Remember, it is pouring rain. So a -1 on that catch. Wasn't a 2+, was a 3+. Instead, failed the catch. And that will be a turnover. The ball now on the ground on the Dangerous Knights Crew's 8-yard line. Rat Ogre with that mighty blow. Well done. So mighty blow, very obvious to everyone once they read how mighty blow works. Like, +1 to my armor or my injury roll. What a great skill. And indeed, it is a great skill. Up against fragile teams, often newer coaches will say, oh, mighty blow, who cares? Who cares? They're already fragile. Well, remember how dice work, right? There's lots of ways to roll a 7. Less ways to say roll a 10. So there's this curve. And if you use Mighty Blow to take AV8 to AV7, that's a big increase for you. That is a skill that will just murder pieces. Steelers back in possession of the ball on the opposing 12-yard line, just off the left sideline. Hot Rod, the number 6 gutter runner, the level 4 gutter runner, has the ball. The blodger with sidestep and a big hand. Which hand would that be? Which hand would that be? I don't know. Your hands don't look all that big to me. Turn 12 now for the Dangerous Knights crew. With a win, the Blitzburg Steelers will be the 3rd place seed for the quarterfinals. This is the first of 3 open competitions in the season. The winner and the runner-up of each of the 3 opens will earn a spot in the Blood Bowl. That is our invitational at the end of the season. And a number of other teams will also make the cut depending on how the bracket shakes out. It's complicated. I won't get into it. But last season we had 11 teams qualify for the Blood Bowl. A number of teams that didn't think they made it, in fact, made it. But in order to guarantee your spot, you have to make the finals of an open. The winner advances in the upper bracket. The runner-up advances in the lower bracket. .56 seconds left in turn 12 for the Dangerous Knights crew. They have 1 reroll remaining for the game. 2 plus dodge, 2 plus dodge to a rush to get a mark on the bus. 3 plus dodge to a 4 plus dodge going after the ball carrier. 1 die block. This is not going to cut it. That's going to be a knockdown due to Hot Rod having the block skill. So a couple of big time, not blocks, a couple of big time dodges there to try to get dice on the ball. Indeed, got that 1 die block on the ball carrier, but the ball carrier is a blodger. And a both down result wasn't going to cut it. Final turn of the third quarter now. The Steelers re-rolling their blitz on Constance Boss Lady. He gets a pow out of this. Big Ben. Big Ben on the block. What is that effect? Oh, wow, it's actual, that's awesome. Little droplets of water. That's a great little shader. So Hot Rod in scoring position. I imagine the Steelers are going to score again on this turn. No, they're going to. Oh, I see. They're not trying to stall here. They just want to spread out the SPP. Good presence of mind here by J.D. Whitey. Gets the ball in the hands of Mean Joe Green, the number 3 blitzer. In this version of the rules, in the BB 2020 rules, there is a rule for stalling. It typically doesn't take effect. There is one prayer to Nuffle that will actually reference stalling. Stalling is when you have, basically, if you have the ball and you don't have to roll, if you have the ball and you can score without rolling any dice and you choose not to, that is stalling. And there is an event on the prayers to Nuffle table where if you do stall on a turn, you roll a d6 on a 5 plus. It's what is it on a 5 plus? I forgot what it was already. Oh, I think we can look it up. On a 5 plus, he's knocked out. That's what it is. Turn 13 for the Steelers after the failed dodge. So it's throw a rock. Steelers are stalling. So the Steelers are going to stall this out for a turn. TD differential doesn't matter for the Steelers, other than, personal pride, I suppose. Other than history, other than the record books. Taking a number of blocks. The Rat Ogre almost certainly going to take a block against the number 8 Witch Elf. And that's not just because the Witch Elf is a higher dollar player, but it's because this Witch Elf is an 8 plus as opposed to a 9 plus. It's easier to remove. Remember, Mighty Blow will make that a +1 on the armor roll or the injury roll, whichever one he needs it for. And easier to remove means more chances of picking up SPP. Got through the animal savagery roll. Yeah, there's that block. Got the POW here. Didn't get the 7 plus, but could still reposition this Rat Ogre here on the blitz. What? Why not? Why was that a blitz? All right, turn 14 for the Dangerous Knights crew. Stand up blitz by the Witch Elf. 2-die blitz. Gets a dodge push out of this against Psycho, the number 5 gutter runner. He's going to continue to protect this ball carrier. Frenzy follow-up into a 1-die is only going to be a push. This Witch Elf unafraid of these Skaven players. Will be eating a 2-die block, at least one 2-die block coming back on this follow-up turn. but is currently marking the ball carrier. We played Assassin's Creed 3, and it is so incredibly buggy. It is obnoxious how buggy it is. Failed rush to get another mark on the ball here. That second mark, not going to matter, really, since it's not the number of marks that you take on a player. It's the number of tackle zones you put in the space that the player wants to dodge away to. Again, the way dodge, it can be a little tricky, especially if you're new to the game. Moving away from an opposing tackle zone, that is what triggers a dodge. You get a -1 modifier for every opposing tackle zone in the space you're moving into. It doesn't matter how many there are in the space you're moving out of. Steelers take a bunch of blocks. They score. They're going to increase their lead. 3-0 the score now for the Steelers. Steelers will get back 2 of their KOs. They'll be back up to 10. So the Steelers will have not the Steelers. The Dangerous Knights crew will have a one-man player advantage with 2 turns to go in this ball game. 10v9 on the pitch. They'll have one last shot to get on the board, and they can absolutely do it with 2 turns. So now the Steelers are going to pull players off the line and just set them up near their own end zone, trying to keep players safe. They are a brittle team. They want to keep them safe for the quarterfinals. Dangerous Knights crew now to set up their offense. Dangerous Knights crew a little skittish with their offense here as well. Not taking marks against this line. Maybe afraid of a wonky die roll, perhaps, and then wants to keep their team safe as well for the Spike Magazine trophy. Two back to receive. One is the strip ball lineman, number 11. The other, the Witch Elf. Here's the kick. Wow, did I do that? Did I click through that? Here's the kick. Quick snap once again. 4 unmarked players get to reposition 1 space here in turn 15. If this is going to be the ball carrier, if he's going to move back here, I'd probably have moved the Witch Elf this way. Because there's nobody's going to threaten the ball, and you want to have players in position where this guy's going to end up. That'll be the turn. Ball's going to bounce 1 space forward to the 20 over in the left wide zone, and now turn 15 for the Dangerous Knights crew. If they're going to get on the board, they have to end this turn in scoring position. That looks like that will be one of these players, probably a blitzer. So might take the block here with number 3. Number 10 gets cleared away, and then number 4 can move down pitch. Number 4 with an MA of 7 as opposed to MA 6 with the lineman. Also has the block skill, makes him a little bit safer. Even though Dark Elves are the quote-unquote running elves, they can still absolutely pass this ball. These Dark Elves can go from end zone to end zone with a handoff and a pass. Oh, no. No ball pickup. Pulling players back to cover the ball here. Again, very far away from the rest of the team. So this coverage, I think, not strictly needed. Good pickup by the Witch Elf. The Witch Elf, so the Witch Elf probably wants to hand off, which is fine. But if there's going to be a pass, You want it to be with somebody who has your best passing skill. It's probably going to be one of the linemen. Linemen have a PA of 4+, as do the blitzers. Yeah, good block here by number 3, I think. And I think took this in the right way. So took this first 2-die block with the block skill. I think that's the right call. That's going to free up number 4. I think number 4 is going to shoot down pitch. Oh, but taking a block first on the right side of the line. Drive's going to stay alive here on the knockdown. So the Dangerous Knights crew probably wants to have somebody down pitch, then have somebody here who can do the pass, and somebody, you know, here for the handoff. So handoff, pass. Oh, that's just, no. That's one too many. So we'll have to be around here somewhere to then... Oh, didn't move anybody down pitch. It's not going to matter. Oh, unfortunate. So didn't put anybody in scoring position. Won't be able to score. You get one handoff and one pass a turn, barring some other skills like Fumble Rooski, which lets you drop the ball while running. You get one handoff and one pass a turn, and so if you need to make a big distance play, you've got to work around those constraints. The handoff, of course, doesn't check your pass skill. It's just your agility. It's a catch. But the pass does. It's a pass, so you have the pass skill, there's an interference check, and then there's a catch roll as well. So it's the most risky action in Blood Bowl. So you want to try to make it as safe as possible by reducing the distance on the pass, but also making sure that your best passer is the one doing the passing. Dangerous Knights crew on turn 16. They're not going to be able to get on the board here. They move the ball up to their own 6-yard line. They have a blitz to take still. Moving players forward. Still has the blitz on the table. Probably is going to be a boss lady. Nope. Not going to be a boss lady blitz. Boss lady with the block skill and the frenzy skill means that a 2-die, you can easily set that up to be effectively a 4-die block. You get a 2-die block, and then if that doesn't work out, maybe you get the push and you follow up to another 2-die to try to get the knockdown. The more dice you're rolling, the better your odds. Gets the knockdown here with number 4, but gets nothing out of it. And I think that's going to be the turn 16 now for the Steelers. I think there's just a blitz, and that'll be the game. The Steelers are going to win this one 3-0. Big strength of 5 on the Radiger plus Mighty Blow, but got nothing out of the block, and that'll be the game. 3-0. The Blitzburg Steelers are going to win this one, and they will be the 3rd place seed for the quarterfinals. Congratulations to JD Whitey. Very well done. Holy moly, what is happening there? What is this? Oh, there we go. And with that, the Steelers will finish regulation in 2nd place in Division A. They, of course, will make the cut. Congratulations once again to JD Whitey. They'll be the 3rd place seed just behind the Believe Broncos and the Division... Uh-oh. There we go. And the Division C champions moves NC Snakes. They'll be the top seed. So that'll do it for regulation here in the Chaos Cup. Starting tomorrow. Coaches that have made the cut will start scheduling their top 8 games. and they'll start duking it out in a single elimination bracket. Remember, the top 2 teams from the Chaos Cup will earn an invitation to the Blood Bowl later in the season, but there's still lots of Blood Bowl to go after this. We have the top 8 to get through. Then we have the Spike Magazine opening up for everyone that wishes to participate. We have the Dungeon Bowl after that, and then of course we have the Invitational at the end of the Blood Bowl. This top 8, I mean, it is nothing but killers. This has been the most competitive competition we have had so far in League history. I'm very much looking forward to it. 8 different factions have made the cut. You'll see lots of different play styles here in the top 8. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you stick around for it. Games will start to be scheduled tomorrow. All of the games from the top 8 onward are going to be streamed, so you don't want to miss any of them. And when those games get scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to that schedule on our website at maml.club. That's maml.club. Here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, X, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. Play Blood Bowl, man. This game is so much fun. I want to thank, by the way, Connor and everyone who came out to play in this competition. 27 coaches came out to play. It has been a ton of fun watching everyone play, playing against everyone. Man, this game is so good. Thanks to everyone. We've had lots of veteran coaches. We've had a lot of new coaches. I want to thank particularly the new coaches. I understand how scary it can be to jump into a head-to-head competitive game that people have been playing for a long time, and so I have a lot of respect for it. Know that you're in good hands, but also genuinely thank you very, very much for coming out to play. I love that, and believe me when I say you're part of the tribe. Like, you come out, you play, you're a Blood Bowl player. We love you. I love to see new players. Thank you very, very much for participating. And thank you guys for watching. I am super stoked for the rest of the season. I'm super stoked for the top 8. I hope you're looking forward to it too. Play Blood Bowl. It is so much fun. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation, and Xbox, and you can play it in tabletop form at your friendly local game store. You can get complete boxes of teams. It's a lot of fun. It's I just love it. Do check it out. All right, until the quarterfinals start for the Chaos Cup. Thanks again, everyone, for watching, for participating, and take care and enjoy the rest of your Thursday. We'll see you here for the quarterfinals in the next few days. Did I say Thursday? Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. You know what? Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, but also enjoy your Thursday.